Hey guys, welcome back to the road to GVK. Today we're doing. Fuck, it's so lame. It's so lame. I'm so lame. Why did I even do this? I wouldn't even say I do this. Opening. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're doing Scolante.
Yeah.
My least favorite Monsterverse movie because of this movie definitely was trying to be Avengers. It was definitely trying to get the Avengers treatment. So
Well,
what
let's
do you
get
think?
into it. So Kong Skull Island was directed by Jordan Von Roberts. It's a brand new take on King Kong. It's not the usual King Kong story where he usually dies and save a white woman. It just Kong would be on his territory.
But he saved a white woman though. He's still saving the white woman.
Yeah. It wasn't really a love interest or really like that. He just, I don't know. But anyway, this is the second Monsterverse film of the Godzilla Kong universe, whatever you want to call it, the Monsterverse. Takes place in the past, and yeah, like George said, just get into it. So I remember when me and you first watched this when it first came out, I believe. We were pretty mixed on it. Well, I think you hated it. I was like,
Well, that's my own fault for first off. I overhyped it way too much. I went from not knowing barely anything to like prior to like probably 3 days before we watched it in theaters when it came out. Just overloaded myself with it. Just extremely hyped myself up. And I mean, it definitely fell flat for me when we watched it. I mean, but that's my own fault because I completely overshot it. My expectations were way too high when I watched this, and yeah, that's why I think I had such a cruel take on it the first go around. I only watched it that one time because I had such a bad experience. I never watched it again, and then I watched it last night. This would be the second time, and I had more of a realistic take on it. I didn't have such an emotional take on it this time. So I could appreciate it for some things, but it's obviously like a lacking movie. Do you just want me to get right into like the criticals, or you want to go pros and cons with this one? What do you want to do?
the usual, just pros and cons. Yeah, just go pros
And
and
cons.
cons.
We'll start with the pros. This movie is very like easy to. This could be a short one, honestly, because this movie, it has like. So let's get into the pros first. So pros. Visuals, amazing. You could tell that Jordan Von Roberts was having like a lot of fun with this film. Jordan Von Roberts is a indie director. I think he only did like he did a stand-up special. He directed that. I think it was American Ham, who's a whatever, and then he did Kings of Summer, I believe. Yeah, I think that's the name of it. He was an indie director, and they have like this.
That was his first film in 2013. He's a new guy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like they have like when they were doing this, they were taking the same thing with Garrett Edwards. They were taking indie directors and they were giving them these massive movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this the same treatment that they did with Jordan here, and it definitely shows. I mean, he was definitely having a ton of fun with the visuals in it, which, I mean, he kind of hit it out of the park. I really enjoyed a lot of it. I thought it was super cinematic. It looked really badass. I mean, it ruled. All the times Kong was on screen, the movie ruled. But that's about it. That's all the movie was. You can definitely tell he was just having fun with the project. And that's where it really shined, was just doing those cinematic shots. But when it came to like, well, I guess we can go straight into cons here. When it came to like the character sides, everyone felt hollow. No characters felt fleshed out. Everyone felt expendable for Kong to just smash with his fist, and you wouldn't like. I didn't give a shit about any of the characters. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson was a little bit like I like Samuel Jackson and John Goodman. And I feel like I only like John Goodman because I know John Goodman from other stuff. But the only most fleshed out character in this entire movie was really just Samuel L. Jackson, because he was like a Captain Ahab to Kong would be his well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of similar boat. Like I didn't hate the movie when it first came out. It was mixed because I've never been a Kong fan. I mean, I like Kong in 2005 or 73, but I've never been a huge Kong fan. So I came in here expecting I don't know what I was expecting when I first came to this. So when I came to watch this, because this is my least watched Monsterverse movie out of the 3 we have so far. This is the least one I watched the most.
Yeah.
So I was watching this. It was like, you know what? I'll give it a chance again. It wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. I kind of came in what I went. Maybe because of my recent viewing, I kind of knew what I was expecting or knew I was going into. Like the characters, you really don't really care about the characters at all. They kind of just these already established characters thrown into this jungle. Like they have bare minimum backstory whatsoever. Yeah. Or they assume you know the backstory. Samuel Jackson, is probably the most well-written character. He's like this obsessive war veteran guy. He wants to go back to the fight. That's why he obsessed with Colin. Even though he claims it's for his men, it was just him the urge for war.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I mean, and that would really makes him the most interesting character, just because he has a drive to this film. Yeah, like he has a kind of like you can tell that he has like he's obviously deranged in a way, or he doesn't want to give up he's still fighting this Vietnam War that's obviously over. He still has his own war. Like and then he sees Kong and he's with, this is my next war. This is something to keep going on. But I mean, he's very at surface level. That's it. That's his entire character.
Yeah, it's good in these type of movies because it's like that's how they can go.
It's almost a plot device to keep just moving the story along.
Going. Yeah. Like John Goodman, he reminded me of Serizawa from the Godzilla films. Just this monarch guy who does talk about how dangerous or how fascinating this jungle or monster is. That's what he was. I wish they didn't kill John Goodman at all.
I felt so cheated when I forgot that he had died in it. And when they also, I guess we should say spoilers. All our videos are for the Monsterverse.
Spoilers
leading up to GMK or GVK are all going to be spoiler cast. We should really call these spoiler casts. I don't know why we're calling reviews.
It's no. I don't spoil.
But as soon as they killed off John Goodman, I was like, fuck, I forgot that even happened. And then when they killed him off, and I'm like, shit, well, there goes John Goodman. John Goodman and Samuel Jackson had potential to be good characters. Like,
yeah, I think they're the best characters in the movie. Next to
John Goodman could have been a nefarious character. I think they should have been the main characters, honestly. And then there was the I can't remember the guy's name. It was the black guy with glasses. He was interesting a little bit. Like he kind of
the monarch dude.
Yeah, his assistant or not his assistant.
That was his assistant.
The other monarch.
John Goodman's assistant. Because he wrote a paper and John Goodman picked him up because he wrote an interesting story.
Yeah,
I like John Goodman mentioned the monarch stuff. Like in 1954, there wasn't a test. It was they're trying to kill something. It was a Godzilla. Or he also mentioned this interesting story where he was like, a while back, my man died on a boat, and it's implied like, is that Godzilla?
So so he was like the lone survivor of a attack in the Pacific. Which
it was Godzilla.
Obviously, it's probably Godzilla. And even like when you looked at when they did a flashback to or not a flashback, but they had to show a picture of it. You could see like on the bottom side of the ship, there was like dorsal fins shredded it. So obviously Godzilla just swam under it and destroyed it. Yeah. So in a way, like John Goodman's a Captain Ahab as well. Like he's on a hunt for honestly, it makes no sense to have a John Goodman and a Samuel Jackson character because one of the two could have played the Captain Ahab of the film.
In a sense, but John Goodman's more in the light because he had he wanted to discover the truth. Because you look at literally the post-credit scene where the black guy and Asian girl just straight up go like 180 on Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston's character. Like they were like, what island? Like it's just like they were friends at first.
Oh yeah, they went straight up monarch on him.
Straight up monarch on him. Wow. Like they say, what island? We don't know what you're talking about because they want the public to know about these monsters. So that was putting John Goodman's character. He wanted the truth, even though he admitted he was wrong. Just tell him the seismic charges. He knew those creatures on that planet. I mean that island.
Yeah, they're trying to flesh it out.
Yeah, and John Goodman knew it was a dangerous thing here, and got Samuel Jackson's characters killed. But I still think John Goodman's character is more in the light than Samuel Jackson's. Samuel Jackson was bent on revenge, while Goodman was for truth and all that stuff. But
well, I mean, like Goodman. I mean, they're both the same in the one character. They're both coin. Captain Ahab's. They're both willing to risk it to get to have an ends meet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there was almost like too many characters in this film.
It was a lot of characters. And
a lot of characters, and no one had, not one of them had substance.
And it was too easy for him, to me at least. Like, what's his name? J.C. Riley? I can never remember the guy's name.
John C. Riley.
Yeah, he was hilarious. It was a line in the movie. You was like, you hear that? Those aren't birds. There's like ants. Those giant, big fucking ants. He said, and it made me die laughing. Yeah, he was interesting.
I don't know. I found it. I mean, I get his character, but I felt it was like, I don't know, off tone. Maybe not off tone. Maybe that's not the right choice of words I want to pick for that. But
no,
I felt like his. I don't know, like the writing for him. Like I just didn't find him funny.
See,
and
the
kind
movie
of more of a just annoying. I was like, this is kind of serious, and which the movie's not serious at all. It's a science fiction with about a giant monkey and all. But I don't know. It just.
This movie is like a byproduct of 2014. The criticism of 2014 Godzilla. It was too dark. It wasn't fun. It was too serious. 27 Kong was a response to that. Skull Island was a response to that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Campy, more day fights, all that stuff.
And I know to argue, like, this is the start of, like, these movies, like, of them trying to make a blockbuster film.
Yeah, it is.
When did this movie release in summer? Because I could see this being a...
Like spring is when we watched it. Like spring 2017 we watched it.
That makes a lot of sense. This is like a spring, blockbuster. This, it's supposed to have that like that draw to it to get butts in a theater. It's supposed to be action packed, fun. It's a lot of bright colors.
The cinematography was awesome. Like when they first see Kong and the sunset is behind them. I love that shot. So
amazing.
Cool. Yeah,
absolutely. There's a lot of character designs, choices, colors, shots. They're all incredible. Visually, it's really I really enjoyed the visuals. And that's the one part I really forgot about when I watched it the first time. It was just how nice it looked, how nice the CGI is.
You watched on HBO Max? That's what I watched.
Yeah, so, but I watched this also in my living room on a 4K 65 inch, so take that with a grain of salt. I mean, it looked nice on my end. But yeah, I enjoyed it for that. It's just and a lot of monster movies have this like kind of syndrome of they look incredible and it's action packed to the gills, but then like when it comes down to human characters, it falls flat because it's hard to write a movie where you can please both sides of it. Either you make the film really intriguing with a lot of characters and you just have the monsters kind of as a set piece, which I guess that might be the proper way to do these movies, or then you have just an action-packed film and then you let those characters be the set piece itself to the monsters, which then you're not getting you don't get a lot of substance out of a film. I don't know. It's kind of hard being a kaiju fan because it's rare that we get a good movie and an action-packed sequence. One film I can argue though, at least though, is both the best of those both worlds is Pacific Rim.
I was about to say that. Pacific Rim at least.
I'm Pacific Rim 1.
They had like
I can say is a good film. Story-wise, and then visually, it's incredible.
Impressive. Yeah, it knew what it was from the get-go. You got to make these movies. I get what you're saying. It's more bad ones than good ones, but I don't think it's impossible. You got to make a good story to make people care about these freaking characters. Like Godzilla 2014. We're gonna keep going with that film because the first act of that movie is fantastic. I don't care what anyone says. If you have kept that throughout the film, it would be an amazing Godzilla movie.
You barely even get Godzilla, and it's just blown away because of like the acting and then the direction is amazing.
That story, you need something strong like that, and not as strong, just something more interesting. Like here, it's like Kong Skull Island is about go to this island, discover what's going on over there. That's literally the story. Yeah, just check this island out. There's nothing like, there's no consequence at all to me, at least. It's like you're just going there to check this island out, and they want to go. Did they ever want to say they want to go back? They want to get seismic charges, right? That's it, and get information.
They
data.
wanted to discover like what was like on the island. That's pretty much it.
And they need seismic charges. Speaking of that, they reference Hollow Earth in this movie, which sets up the entire universe. So Hollow Earth is
that what they meant? I thought they meant the skull crawlers had because I thought they made barrels under the earth.
Hollow Earth is a big part of the monster universe. That's where all the Titans came from, originated from. They're gonna show the truth of it in Godzilla vs. Kong, but in Godzilla, so all them Titans came from Hollow Earth. You gonna see more of that. Because in
2014, like all the radiation kept depleting further and further down, and then all the creatures started going further down.
Yeah, further down. Yeah, exactly. And you kind of see that in Godzilla versus Godzilla King of the Monsters as well, how they were dormant and it woke up from the. That's what he assessment, because when he said the assessment charges, he said this ground is hollow, so I mean it confirmed the Hollow Earth, and that's where all the Titans come from. You're gonna see more of that definitively in Godzilla versus Kong, which I can't wait to see more of. So that was a great little. I didn't really pay attention to it when I first watched this. Like Hollow Earth theory, like, okay. I'm glad they expanded on it now in a future film, what's coming out next week. Get hyped for that. But yeah, I didn't hate the movie. I don't think it was the best. Because people swear up and down this is the best Monsterverse movie, which I don't know what they're talking about.
I've never seen no one say that it was the best monster movie.
People praise the heck out of this movie. And I guess
like visuals and then like character designs are really good. I really enjoyed it, but there's a lot of odd choices, but in some of it, like there's a lot of Call of Duty first person shooter scenes.
I don't like that in movies,
which were super weird.
I hate that in movies.
Yeah, I don't. This is the only movie I've ever seen that did that.
It was
it was super off-putting when I saw it.
Yeah.
I get what he was trying to go for, but then maybe he used it once, but not like multiple times, and then
twice.
He kind of held on it in certain scenes and stuff, and I don't know. It seemed like he was like experimenting almost, which is something you don't do with like a major budget film like this.
No, I think he is more so. I think he knew what he was making. It was more he was having fun. Like I said, this movie just a straight up response to 2014 Godzilla, and it knew what it was. It just doesn't make it was good though. Like I enjoyed the action.
It's like on
characters. Like,
it is on par with like what a Fast and Furious movie is.
It ain't that bad.
It's not well. I don't know. I don't know about that. But it's like all flashy lights and no substance.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
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 It's high octane action and then no story.
No, the scene
that's it. I mean, that's it. I mean, he was obviously having fun with making the movie.
The scene I go to the most for this movie is like it's ridiculous when Tom Hiddleston gets the katana, the gas mask. And
I honestly hate that scene.
That's the
and
scene
I know
to the most.
People praise the shit out of that scene. I know kaiju fans absolutely love that scene. It makes no sense to me that it's a slow motion scene. That it's super break. It was just like shoehorn in. I don't know. It just made no sense. Like it's almost off-putting.
This movie takes place in the Godzilla universe.
Yeah, and it irritates the shit out of me that it was shot like that. Like, I like. There's a lot of character designs and a lot of visuals that I enjoyed, but then like when he adds like shit like that in, it's really I'm like ugh.
Throws you out the
like
world.
There's that. So the katana scene. There's the Call of Duty like first person shooter gun scenes.
I don't like that.
Which I don't like those.
Never liked those.
When John C. Reilly's character in the Japanese soldier character are fighting, and when they first see Kong, they do like there's like a lot of like it was like I don't know what the shot is called, but it's a rotating camera spin thing, and I was like, that's like a sitcom or something. I don't know. It just looked like almost like which he is an indie film director. He was before he made this film, and it seemed like it was a odd camera move to pull in this scene. I don't know. There's a lot of just wide shots with Kong. There's no dynamic shots. But I mean, for the most part, I mean the CGI department though, everything looks nice.
Is that the skull crawlers? I like them.
I don't like their design. I It's funny. I like the yak. I like that's design. I thought that looked really nice. The spiders look really cool and interesting. The bamboo legs. I don't know what they're really called.
When he stabbed that guy, it made me laugh actually.
Yeah,
they were like he's like that. They're like, and they were like staring.
Yeah, it's like impaled, and and they're like, "Yo, you all right? Like, what's going on over there?"
Yeah. Or the scene where the guy with the grenade sacrificed himself.
I know what you're talking. Dude, that's such a bad scene. Why in the hell? So go ahead and explain it.
Because it's like, I forgot the guy's name. He's actually one of my favorite characters in the movie. He's just so weird dude, but he's cool. But he sacrificed himself for the other military guys and the rest of the team so they can move on. So he just takes the grenades and walks.
Yeah, he takes a belt full of grenades. There's a bunch of skull crawlers coming. And he's like, I'm going to blow myself up and stop these guys for just a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Dude, why in the fuck? This is someone we're supposed to care about, right?
Yeah.
Why the hell did he, like, pull the pins and then for some reason his sacrifice meant absolutely zero nothing. When they tail slap him out of the way and he hits a side of a mountain and then explodes.
He died from the tail swipe actually.
But. I know it was this heroic build up move. I think the scene was supposed to be comical, and it just didn't read that way at all. Like it was just stupid. Why the fuck would you do that?
No, I think it's like it's kind of killing the trope. Like the older guys say, like there's sort of like, nope, get them ass out of here.
It's like shut your lame ass up.
Yeah, it's probably
this is what happens when you try to be a hero.
Yeah,
but I get it. I guess that scene does match the tone of the film where it's supposed to be fun, but I don't know. It's such a stupid scene because I'm like, I didn't give a shit about that character in the first place.
I thought he was.
And I guess that's why, because they were going to kill him off anyway.
I can't.
But I mean, he spent. If he was like a throwaway character, or maybe like just a dorky character to try to be really strong, it may have read funnier. But he was like a serious character throughout the majority of the film, and then dies in such a dumbass way, where I'm like, what was the point? To make me laugh? Man. I don't know. Did you laugh at that scene? You thought that was funny?
The only scene I actually legit laughed at was when the guy was stuck on the island. He made an ant joke about the giant ants, and then he thought they were birds. Like he says like, those aren't birds, those are ants. It just made me laugh the way he said it. But that's the only time I laughed at the scene. Like Brie Larson has no reason to be in this movie.
No,
I like her, but I don't know her purpose at all. They said something about she had the Nobel Peace Prize or whatever in the beginning when they introduced her character, and she kind of like ignored it. She had to go hear it. Something. It ain't important though, because it don't matter.
The only thing that she had, her entire character was just a photographer. That was it. That's the only thing that she really did.
That's what she was.
She was a war photographer, and then Samuel L. Jackson like looks at her camera and acknowledges that she was like in like deep war or whatever.
She was anti-war.
Yeah, but she was like into like she was in the shit. Yeah. Like she was in deep like deep of a fight. And that's mainly all we get out of her. And then Tom Hiddleston's character was
like an adventurer.
So wrote plainly. It's such a lame character. And then like the reasoning that they needed him made no sense. Was that he was a tracker, but like
Packer.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, and he never really even showed a lot of like tracking skills. Mainly,
yeah, he did. He did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Maybe I was falling asleep at that point.
The mushrooms. He was like, look at it. He's like, oh, it's water nearby or something. He knew what he was doing. He just every character just like a sentence of description. Like usually describes the characters is like one sentence of each one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's how they are. They're like you can take everyone by surface level.
Yeah, they're super surface level. Like, good God. Like the little trio, the military guns, the black kid, the white kid, and the other one, how they were like friends. They would come to relief. Billy, what's the name? Dear Billy.
Dear Billy, yeah, he was writing a letter to his son. It was a through line joke.
They're trying to make that they're trying to make that a big deal when that guy died. Like, I didn't care. Like,
I didn't care if everyone could have died. Could not give a shit less.
I like John Goodman's character though. Oh, she stayed alive. The Monarch people are always the good.
But that's only because you like John Goodman. Outside of, I think that's the reason why I liked his character so much, is because I just like John Goodman. Not that I like this character better, but just because I like John Goodman, the actor.
Yeah, I can't argue that. Yes, I think the movie knew what it was. You came in for monster fights, and you got that skull line. I wish they kind of explore more of a skull lighting.
So I'm gonna keep saying this until the day I die here, but this, going back and rewatching this film, just reinforces my thoughts on, and don't say anything because you've read the spoilers for GVK, but all these creatures, and if you compare them to King of the Monster creatures, they were all designed in the same concept. All the creatures that we see in King of the Monsters are almost exactly same. Like, there's a green, like, moss to a lot of the creatures in this film, right? There's a lot of greenery. There's a lot of browns. They all kind of share a lot of similar color tones. And if you look at the creatures that we see in King of the Monsters, they're exactly the same. So, I mean, even like, so when I saw the bamboo leg spider thing, that looks just like when they kill it, it had like tentacles coming out of it and stuff. And then it had like a crab, like arms and legs and shit. And then had like, like 6 eyes. That looks just like the bigger one that's in King of the Monsters that shows up. And then the woolly mammoth is like the sloth woolly mammoth thing. Yeah, is like the most like hardest I could even like. That creature could have been in Kong, and you wouldn't have thought anything different. Yeah.
See, you're arguing against. I see what you're going for. You're arguing against more because Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Rodan, and Mothra are Japanese characters first, and their character designs are different. How we do it over there, we just modernized them. Those original legendary monsters are American made. So they don't get that Japanese influence. That's what you're saying. Yeah,
but like I think they're setting up what happens when we lose the rights to Godzilla and it goes back to Toho. Well, we have Kong, so we're gonna keep making movies with Kong. We already have this, and it seems like they're establishing. They're establishing. I can't say that word. They're establishing a world set up for Kong to inhabit, with creatures that are like Kong's creatures in Skull Island, but now they're everywhere across the world. You see what I'm saying? That's what makes me believe that Kong is going to win. If not win, he's definitely going to live, and then I feel like he is going to get another movie. Godzilla vs. Kong almost seems like it's Kong's movie.
No,
don't say
no. It's no spoilers. It's a review. There's no spoilers. It's a lot of people says it have his focus on Kong because it's like he has more emotion than Godzilla. He can actually. That's why they gave him to speak and all of that. That's no spoiler. But it's what you think is not true. I can just tell you that it's not true.
I don't know. From a studio standpoint, I can definitely see this is like a franchise that they're going to build off of.
No, it's. I mean, obviously, this is before this is during King of the Monster. They already can branch off movies from those monsters. It has nothing what you think it is. I promise to you that.
All right.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with that.
I will say though, when we did read the Last of Us 2 spoilers, they were completely wrong compared to what actually happened. So.
Was it a tranny thing or something? Remember that?
Let's not bring it up. Let's not bring it up.
Good God. Let's end the video here. Like, so you like the movie? Dislike the movie?
No, not particular. I think it's like the weakest. I mean, I can enjoy it for its visuals, but other than that, it's really hard to sit through. And even some of the visuals are hit or miss sometimes, in a sense. But other than that, dude, I could fall asleep through watching this movie. It's not the great. And I mean, I know some Kong fans are probably getting heated in the comments right now, and I'll meet you down there, man. Because I'll duke the rounds out with you because this is not a good film. It's definitely not a good film.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good movie. I mean, like, in terms of making a movie, no, it's not.
If I had to give this a number, it'd be like a 5 out of 10.
I give it a 6.
No, no,
I give it a
no way.
6. It's 1 point higher. I wouldn't do nothing.
5. It was definitely a 5 out of 10. I give it 5 strictly because I work in CGI.
And to be fair, like even though the monster's the best part, spoiler alert, but I think King of the Monsters just has the better monster fights.
It 100% does.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't hate the movie. I thought it was okay. Like again, it's still my least favorite or least watch. It's continued to be the least watched Monsterverse movie. I probably won't go back to this ever again, unless I do.
I think
like
they could add some more
like
Godzilla in it, maybe.
I mean, they did a post-credit scene, which is it felt so last minute.
Dude, it was getting the Marvel treatment.
It felt so last minute. Like, come back for a cut $5,000. We're gonna make this little scene here, and they had like a PowerPoint. They got just like this, like a PowerPoint. Like, what is this? And the guy says, "There's 2 more kings." What do you say? Kong is the only king.
I forget what it said, but I remember when we watched. Cheesy. I remember when we watched that in theaters. Dude, that was the best part of the whole entire film. Just announcing what's going to be in the next Godzilla film. Yeah. And dude, our shit was getting rocked, dude. Yeah, we were like, whoa.
That's it. That's all we needed. We paid $7 plus tax for that scene there.
Like $7.50 to watch like 3 minutes of film. Not even 3 minutes, probably. Maybe like 25 seconds. 25 seconds of like pure ecstasy to us.
Yeah, that's it. We're at problems.
Dude, they went
anyway,
from
guys. What's up?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and end this.
Anyway, guys, this is the second Monsterverse film console item. So you like that movie, please tell us why you like it. We'll tell you why you dislike it. This video we dropped Saturday, so you're saying it's Saturday. Monday we'll be reviewing Godzilla King of the Monsters, which will be available Tuesday, right? Yeah. Yeah,
probably right day before GVK. So
Monday or
you
Tuesday. You
don't want to miss that.
Yeah. So yeah, get hyped for that. So if you like this video, please give us a like, share, comment, subscribe.
Please,
and you want to
like
follow us on different social medias.
Please. My kids need to eat.
Release the Snyder Cut.
Release the Snyder. We gotta stop doing that.
Yeah. You can find me at Twitter _ Infinite. You can find Jordan. Where you can find you, Jordan?
You can find me at Twitter at both capital C's, cyber_calamity, and you can find me at Twitch at CyberCalamity.
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's it. Get hyped for Colin.
That's it.